Hey everybody, this is John. Now let's all sing the Get Our Hopes Up song! Come on, you know the words, get your hopes up! So, for those who are not familiar, Dragon Quest X is an 11-year-old MMO that's still being supported today. It came out on the Wii in 2012, and then it came to Wii U, then PC, then PS4, and then 3DS, a streamed version, which is very odd, and now it's on Switch as well. But last year came Dragon Quest X Offline, which is basically a big remake of Dragon Quest X that removes all the MMO aspects. It makes it a bit more chibi, kind of like a DS sort of era game, but it basically just allowed Dragon Quest X to be a traditional mainline Dragon Quest game with no MMO elements at all. And we all thought to ourselves, wow, this is the perfect opportunity to bring this game to the West, for it is the only numerical Dragon Quest game we do not have in the West. It's a big, gaping gap in this franchise's history, and we're about to finally have it. And it's been about a year since that game came out with diddly squat on that front. However, things may be happening. So, this was noticed by our buddies over at Gematsu, but Square Enix have just uploaded 3 different trailers for Dragon Quest X Offline, announcing 3 different localizations. Now, for me in particular, an English speaker, this is not going to impact myself. However, they are localizing the game into Korean, traditional Chinese, and simplified Chinese. So, while that's very cool for those who speak those languages, why do I care, as an English fella? As somebody who says words in the English language and reads them in the English language, why would I care about this? Well, there's something very interesting about these trailers. They end with 3 platforms: Steam, PS4, PS5. And for those who haven't been keeping track, Dragon Quest X Offline is also quite a prominent Nintendo Switch game. So, where is Switch in all of this? Why isn't it stated within this trailer? Especially given the game's already released on Switch in Japan. Why wouldn't they be in the Korean, the traditional Chinese, and simplified Chinese versions? Well, there's actually quite a simple answer to that. Square don't typically publish their Nintendo-released Dragon Quest games. So if we were to look at Dragon Quest Builders 2 or Dragon Quest XI-S, those 2 in particular were not published by Square. And interestingly, with Builders 2 in particular, that game released day and date with the PS4 version. But if you were to look at videos that Square Enix uploaded, they would only specify PlayStation 4, because Nintendo were handling the publishing duties of the Switch version. Nintendo typically give Dragon Quest a lot more of a marketing effort than Square do themselves, so maybe that makes sense why Square would allow Nintendo to take the Switch version. But yeah, this is a precedent that's been set numerous times, where Square will only acknowledge the version they're publishing. So, could that be why there's a lack of Switch here? Could Nintendo be publishing a Korean, traditional Chinese, and simplified Chinese version of Dragon Quest X Offline? And if they are, would they stop there? Would Nintendo just localize the game in those 3 languages? Or is there more? Is there a plot afoot? Because, to my simple mind, to my little brain, I don't think this makes sense. I don't think you would exclude the Switch version from this for any particular reason. Switch is probably the most successful platform for Dragon Quest X Offline. And if I were a betting man, I would bet that Nintendo are publishing a worldwide version of this game. I think it's finally time, after 11 years, that we are going to get an English release of Dragon Quest X Offline. Now, is this just a big stretch? Yeah, of course it is. But why is there no Switch logo in there? You don't just forget the Switch. If this doesn't turn out to be true, if this is all just a big sham, and they are just releasing it in Korean, traditional Chinese, and simplified Chinese, but not on the Switch, for some reason, then there is actually a fan translation of the main MMO version of Dragon Quest X. In fact, I've played some of it, and Brandon's played the bulk of it. That game has a ton of different expansions. I don't think they're all localized, but the base game at least is. So if you really can't wait, if it doesn't turn out to happen, you can still play it in English in an unofficial capacity. But if I were a betting man, which I am, I'd say if the next Nintendo Direct, when it comes along, if it does not feature Dragon Quest X Offline, I will shoot an intro to a video with a leaf on my head and not acknowledge the leaf. So most viewers will be like, John, why is there a leaf on your head? But you'll know because you saw this video and saw that I was wrong. But I'm not going to be wrong, and there will be no Leaf. For Dragon Quest X Offline is finally coming worldwide. Okay? Who's with me? Please be with me. Square, are you with me? Nintendo, are you with me? Someone be with me. I think it's time. It's happening. 100%. Lock it in. No Leaf. Hashtag no Leaf. It's coming. Thank you for watching, everybody. I just want this game to happen.